When it comes to intercostal muscles, okay, so what we do is we do this. We look at from outside, we go inside. What is inside? What organ is inside the ribs? Lungs. So when we go from outside to inside, we actually see 3 layers of muscles. 3 layers of muscles. So there is one layer right here. When I touch the ribs right here, you see that? These are the ribs here. You see the space here? If I touch right here, there is one layer of muscles right here I touch. You see that? This is the external layer. And then if I take it out, I see another layer inside. Does that make sense? So if I take it out again, I see another layer inside. So how many layers? 3 layers. How do we call these layers? We call them what? We call them external layer, right? External intercostal muscles. Then we have, there is 3 layers. There is external, and then there is internal, and then we have medial, and then internal. Very good. So we have 3 layers. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, so I'm going to just draw this picture for you. What is that? What is this? This is tooth. Yeah, this is like that. These are the ribs. The ribs are, let's say these are the ribs. They go like this. You see, these are my ribs like this, go like that. So I cut them from here. When I cut them from here, this is what I see. Does that make sense? So the rib is like this, turning like that. Good? So these are the spaces between the ribs. Here is the outside. Here are the lungs. Does that make sense what this picture is or no? Huh? Huh? Yes. So this is the lungs, these are the ribs, okay? So it means when I say 3 layers of muscles, there is one layer here, right? One layer is between and one layer here. Do you understand? One layer is external, one layer is medial. Stop talking because you know you ruined the things, okay? Because you already know. Why you come to class when you know? So this is what? External, and then this one is medial, and then this one is internal. Exactly. Wrong. So what happens is we have one layer here, which is very easy. This layer is what? This layer is the external layer. And then you have one layer, the muscle is a little bit oblique like that. You see? The muscle is not straight, it's oblique like that. This is a middle layer. And then there is one layer inside like this. Good? Does that make sense? There's one layer, second layer, and the third layer. So when you cook this, you don't really see these separate because they just smash together. So when you eat it, you don't really see these 3 layers separate. I mean, as when you order ribs, okay? So, but really on the cadaver, I can show you one layer, second layer, and then the third layer. Good? Let's make a name for these muscles, okay? So this one is called what? External intercostal muscle. This one is called the internal intercostal muscle, and this one is called the very internal intercostal muscle. No, I'm serious. Serious. Very internal intercostal muscle. That's what she said, and I fight with you. So what happens is that this is external, this one is internal, this one is very internal. Logically, when you want to make a name, Rusty, what do you want to make a name? I'm going to say external, medial, internal, right? Or no? Today, if I want to make a name, I'm going to make external, medial, internal, right? But because what happened is about 200 years ago, they found out there is a third layer. Before, they didn't know that. Before, they were thinking this is just a cover. They didn't know it's a muscle. So years ago, about 600 years ago, they made all these names. Coracoid process, scapula, clavicle. It's all about 600 years ago. It's all the Roman Latin language. That's the time that there was no America, there was no English language. It was all Latin language, right? So we still respect and keep those names. Good? So what happens is here, at that time, they didn't know there is the third layer. They only made external and internal. So when they found out there's the third layer, they didn't change those original names just to respect the original people. You understand that? So they added the third layer, they call it very internal muscle. Make sense or no? Ha! Very good. So we have, this one is called external intercostal muscles. What is this one? Internal intercostal muscles. M dot means what? M dot, one M. Muscle. M dot, M dot. How about this layer? What do we call this one? We call it very internal. The medical word for very internal is innermost intercostal muscles. Okay? Good. Very important that you know the action of these muscles. The origin insertion not really important, but the action is very important. Okay? When we look at what the hell is this? This is not even working, you know that? My wife forced me to wear it. I never wear,
only today I saw it.
I don't know, just like a gift that she bought years ago. I have to wear it now. She said, why you don't wear it? Yes. So you have to wear it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel something heavy. I cannot teach. You know, I cannot focus. I keep focusing on this, you know. Moving. Stop it. So the action of these muscles are very important. Look at this, guys. If this muscle is contracted, this one, if this one, the external one is contracted, is able to move the ribs upward. It means when this is contracted, this rib is going to go up, this rib is going to go up, this rib is going to go up. Do you understand that? So all the ribs will move upward. Is that clear? You see that? This is going to pull the rib. I tell you how we use it, but at least we know that the action of external intercostal muscle is what? Is to raise the ribs, to elevate the ribs upward. Anytime the internal intercostal muscle works, because it will it's like this. When it contracts, it will rotate the ribs this way. You see? I draw another one for you like this. Because it will rotate the ribs this direction, do you see that? It actually will bring the ribs down, totally opposite to the external one. So the external intercostal muscle, what is doing? Is raising the ribs. Internal intercostal muscle will do what? Will bring the ribs down. Okay? How do we use this? Okay? Look at this. What do I have here and here? What are the two organs here? Lungs. Lungs. Have you seen lungs? You didn't? You came to the cadaver lab. You see it? How is the lung? Lung is like a balloon, okay? So this balloon is able to become expanded and then compressed. Expanded and compressed. So when you want to put the air in, the balloon has to be what? Bigger or smaller? Bigger. So when you want to take the air out, this balloon has to be what? Has to be smaller. So when the process of breathing is inhale and exhale, right? So when I inhale, I take the air in or out? In, for sure. Inhale, the air goes in, right? So to be able to make the air in during inhale, do I need to make the lung bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller? Bigger. So when I take the air in, look at the process, guys. In, the lung's supposed to get bigger, right? To be able to make the lung bigger, I have two structures. Number one, I have this muscle. What is that? Is diaphragm. Diaphragm supposed to go down, and the ribs supposed to go up. You see? So the diaphragm goes down, ribs goes up, and then you're gonna what? You're gonna open the air. Can you tell me which intercostal muscles we use during inhale? So you need to move the ribs up or down? Up. You see, diaphragm goes down, the ribs goes up. Which one of these muscles we just raising the rib up? External. So the external intercostal muscle is the one we use during inhale. Good. When I want to do exhale, what do I do? What do I do? I have to compress the lung. So the lung has to go down. So which muscle do I use? Which muscle? Internal intercostal muscle. The innermost muscle doesn't do anything. It's just for protection. That's the reason they didn't know there is this muscle exists. It's just a very tiny muscle, is more for protection. So if you want to learn the actions of these muscles, remember, external intercostal muscle will do what? Will raise the ribs during inhale. And internal intercostal muscle, what is going to do? It will compress the ribs down during exhale. Do you understand that? Can I write it down? Very good. So the external intercostal muscle, what is the action? What is the action? What is the action? Elevate the ribs or depress the ribs? Elevate the ribs, okay? Elevate the ribs. During what? Inhale or exhale? During inhale. Remember the word inhale, also in medicine we call it inspiration. Anytime you hear the word inspiration, it's the same as inhale. Inspiration and inhale is the same shit, okay? Inspiration.
Respiration or inspiration? Respiration.
Inspiration. Respiration is the whole action. Respiration means the whole lung activity. Lung action is called what? It's called, technically respiration is a combination of inhale and exhale together. It's called respiration. That's why we call it respiratory system, okay? But respiration has two parts: inspiration, inhale, and expiration. So expiration is called exhale. Does that make sense? So expiration. So how about internal intercostal muscle? What is the job? What is the action of internal intercostal muscle? To what? To the action is what? The action is what? Depress the ribs during what?
Exhale.
During what? During exhale. What's the second name of exhale? Expiration means expiry date, right? Expiration date. But in the medicine, expiration is what? Means air going out. Air going out. Do you understand it? Very good. So inspiration, inhale, expiration, exhale. So these are the words we use for inhale and exhale. So during the inhale, the lung getting bigger, external intercostal muscle is used. During exhale, what muscles used? During exhale, what muscles? Internal intercostal muscle is used. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very, very good. I will talk about the breathing activities and much more detail about breathing, how it works and stuff during the physiology when I talk about the lungs activities.